So with Strive being delayed, I wanted to learn a new fighting game, and Tekken 7 was always on my list of games that I knew about and had heard was really good, but never really tried myself or went online to play extensively. So this is going to be me basically talking about my experience with Tekken and how playing online ranked has treated me.
Shoulda levitate when I come in. Phone always bustin' that shit like a beater. I ain't picking up if it ain't about funds. We pulling up heavy, you niggas ain't ready. King out in this bitch in the rain that's begun.
The worst part was that was game.
I got a muck in the Nigga, we
What?
We headed straight to the lane. Walking my gym, you gon' leave empty-handed. How you expect to get in when the clock? Nigga, I don't understand it.
But let me start off by saying that Tekken 7 is a fun, well-made game that has a lot of nuances that fighting games should lean more towards, such as flexibility of options. However, Tekken is also one of the most unforgiving fighting games I've ever played, and today I want to walk you through with my journey with this game and learning it. First off, Tekken Ranked is a good example of why developers think dumbing down games is a necessity. At the basic level, Tekken Ranked, or low-level Tekken, revolves around the opponents doing unsafe moves until you decide to punish it or lose. However, Tekken has a lot of moves, and unlike other fighting games, moves can have a myriad of properties. Lows are never just lows. Strings are never just strings. Everything has a way that you deal with it. If you are a beginner or someone that just doesn't know the matchup, you will lose. Or do. Okay. What the fuck? I actually started, didn't I? Did you guess for game now? Wow. You see what I'm saying about Tekken, bro? Like right there, he just killed me in an unblockable I've never seen before. I just have to hold that. Like, I can't care. And that was the first thing I had to learn about Tekken Rank. It wasn't uncommon for me to lose a match because I'm playing against a character for the first time and they use one move out of a list of 90 that just happens to look low but hits mid. But that's just Tekken, and the ideology makes sense. This game is designed this way so that you can lose and play more, because there's an incentive to play a game with 80 outcomes compared to playing a game with 5, even if that does make you angry in the end of the day. When I lose to something I had no knowledge of, while it's annoying, it's kind of also cool that me being a month into Tekken, I still see cool things from the same characters I play. And at a beginner level, Tekken is pretty intuitive. Similarly to Smash, you have buttons that will change property depending on the direction you hit. So even if you don't look at the move list, if you just mash directions and buttons, you can end up finding a new move, or maybe one that will help you win the match that you've been struggling with. However, the second that you decide to learn Tekken, this game has the capacity to be one of the most frustrating fighting games to beginners because of, one, how much you have to take into account during a match and how much knowledge you have to know just trying to beat one character, and two, because low-level Tekken isn't fun. In my opinion, when I play Tekken and I get on rank, it is one of the most boring experiences when I don't play somebody that actually wants to play Tekken. When I say Tekken, I mean a more movement-heavy game. Korean backdashing is one of the coolest mechanics in games, period. Do you see how they're moving? And you can clearly see just by how the characters' animations move, if you're doing it faster, if you're doing it slower, if you're doing it frame perfectly. Like, it is truly one of the best mechanics I've ever seen in the game. However, the game doesn't really tell you it exists. And in the lower ranks 1 through 20 online, it damn near doesn't exist. And if you try and do it, and then the other opponent tries to do it too, it just looks sad. Alright. Oh my god. Did you see his backdash? Oh, that shit was looking hella stiff. So, at a beginner level, while Tekken is so fun and intuitive to play, and it rewards you for experimentation, at the same time, you're just gonna have to play so many matches where you don't really get to experiment. Or you have to play a lot of matches where you experimenting may lose you points. Or may lose you your rank. But you really can't care about that if you want to be good and try and learn Tekken. Tekken 7 Ranked, however, is one of the worst ranked experiences I've ever had in my life. I don't know how it is possible for Tekken 7, in which it's a fighting game, 3 rounds, The match is 60 seconds around. The matches literally cannot be longer than 3 minutes. I don't know how I rank up in Valorant faster than I rank up in Tekken. That makes no sense. One, the rank distribution is weird because if you play people within your rank color, you don't get as many points unless you play them when they have your same rank. So say I'm playing, if I'm 15 Dan and I play another 15 Dan, then I'll get the most amount of points. However, if I'm 15 Dan and I play a 16 Dan, I get half of that. And if I'm 15 and I play a 17, I get half of half. So why do they think that me playing people that are better than me somehow means that I get less points? I don't get the ideology of that. Also, if you play people that are way higher than you, you both get nothing. You'll win a match and you'll both get like 50 points. I don't get it. I know at this point Tekken's been out for a while, so a majority of the player base are probably also at like the highest rank because they've been playing since the release of the game, but I don't care. Also, there's no anti-cheat in the game, so sometimes you just straight up run into people that are cheating. There are a number of people that just lag, and I will say that the netcode for this game isn't that bad. Of course, like, there is delay. If you're like me and you try and block lows very specifically by holding at the second they press the low, you might as well low parry because it just doesn't work. Like, even if I know like there's a lag to when you can actually go into like blocking, but I'm saying it is more lag online because of the delay on online in Tekken. If you see a Wi-Fi symbol, don't even accept the match because it's damn near unplayable. Sometimes you'll see LAN symbols that are actually Wi-Fi symbols. Sometimes you'll see people with macros. If you see a king backdashing, not backdashing, you see a king wave dash more than 8 times in a row, you know he's cheating. Macros, cheating. Every Mishima player online is cheating. Like, I play green rank Mishimas and they know how to do extended crouch dash, electric. And I mean, look, even if you do know how to do that, it's sad because you know how to do that, but you're still in green ranks. Like, come on, work on your defense. But nah, the ranked experience in Tekken is a joke. You shouldn't really treat ranked as in a way for you to level up and prove that you play the game a lot, or that you're good. Because ranked does not really show that you play good. It just shows that you play a lot. Like, if I was to sit here for 8 months, of course I reach Tekken God Prime because I play nothing but Tekken. But just because I got there doesn't mean I know how to actually play like a Tekken God Prime. And leveling up in this game was really fast for me because I got to 20 Dan fast. But the second I got to 20 Dan, that's when all like the laggers started coming in. Like, around this rank is where some of my games are just unplayable. I'll play somebody who knows how to completely perfectly flowchart and backdash, but they don't know how to block low, so I just run up and block low. If anything, I'd recommend that if you want to learn Tekken 7, you should just probably go on like a Discord and try and find people to play there, because it's probably more interesting. And I did host a couple of like viewer matches over on my Twitch, twitch.tv Jasn TM, by the way. But you know, those are definitely more fun than just playing the game, because people actually, you know, wanted to try and play and wanted to learn instead of just trying to be random. All that being said, I do recommend you try playing Tekken 7. Tekken 7 is a lot of fun. Like, the core of Tekken is what fighting games should try and be more towards nowadays, because I think it benefits everybody at a certain level. There are dumb things in Tekken. There are dumb things in every game. Like, electrics being what electrics are. Mishima's having a 50-50 off of a knockdown that goes into another 50-50, that goes into another 50-50. Like, there are dumb things about this game, and more than anything, you'll probably be stumped on the matchups where you just can't play everything like the same. Like, if you have a good way to beat a Josie, you will not be able to do the same thing against a Xiaoyu. You won't be able to do the same thing against a Ganryu, Lydia. The matchup changes so frequently. But still, Tekken, more than any other game, it feels like you're actually playing against other, you're playing like so many different matchups. And I'm not saying that any matchup is specifically hard to play. It's just so different from one another that it's hard to get accustomed to if you're new to the game. But you should all try out Tekken. Tekken is a really fun game, and it is one of the better netcodes I've played in fighting games as of late. The PC version is weird because it lags. Like, I feel like it'll lag for 5 seconds straight and the match will be fine afterwards. But Tekken 7 is a fun game to play, and me taking the time out of like the past 2 months to play it, which I haven't even played it in like a month, but I played it all last month and I've been preparing for this video. But me playing it a lot last month for like 2-3 weeks, it was a lot of fun, and I can really see why people love the series so much. Online will always be online, and you know, characters will always get you annoyed, but this game is honestly what I want to see for more fighting games going into the future, because it keeps the game alive. A lot of fighting games, or not even fighting games, just developers of games in general, think that dumbing down certain games will somehow make the player base more happy or make them more receptive of playing it. That's just not true. It just makes your game get speedrun through. If you want to dumb down a game and put less moves in it and put less interactions, of course it will probably make somebody less upset when they lose, but at the same time they'll drop the game more. When you lose a close set against somebody you're playing against that you know you're better than, you'll hit that rematch right away. Now, whether or not that feeling is because of its online or ranked or any of that other stuff, that still gets player time to increase. And I think Tekken 7, although it's kind of evil in the way that some of these moves look, some of them how they perform, all of these things, it's still a fun game to play. And I want to see more fighting games move towards this direction of being dense games that you have to actually think about to play, although you can mash and have fun that way, I guess, into more games that aren't afraid to let you kind of try different interactions out. So here's hoping that the future of fighting games look a little better, right? But, you know, speaking of which, fighting games are kind of in a good place right now. Strive comes out pretty soon. We'll have to see how that game plays. Street Fighter V is actually doing pretty well right now because of how they've been really receptive to changing things about the season. And, I mean, more than anything, this video doesn't really mean anything, right? But I made this so that you can go play Tekken. I really want every one of you to go and try a new fighting game. Don't just sit here and listen to me talk about Tekken. Don't just sit here and do everything. I want these videos to make you guys try something new. So I urge you to go try Tekken. You can find it on Steam, probably full price, but you know, other websites have it for cheaper prices. It's always on sale. DLC still comes out for it, and if anything, if you're not gonna buy it for the actual gameplay, buy it for the soundtrack, man. That game's soundtrack is just good. Nothing but bangers. Jungle Outpost 2, Arctic Snowland, fucking the Paradise Beach right now, like Infinite Azure, like just good songs all around, and the stages look beautiful. And I mean, if you like customizing characters to play as Goku when you're playing Horeng, I mean, I guess. But yeah, go try out Tekken. It's a lot of fun.